success stories, supernatural encounters, intercessions, revival, prophecies, interviews on Minister's Diary with Sam Hunsu on this network. Minister's Diary, impactful, informative, spirit-filled. For past episodes on how to be a guest on this show, visit empowerment, success stories, supernatural encounters, intercessions, revival, prophecies, interviews on Minister's Diary with Sam Hunsu on this network. Minister's Diary, impactful, informative, spirit-filled. For past episodes on how to be a guest on this show, visit www.NDTV NETWORK.com. Follow us on Instagram at NDTV Networks and Facebook at NDTV Network. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at NDTV Network. God bless you. With Sam Hunsu on this network, Minister's Diary, impactful, informative, spirit-filled. For past episodes on how to be a guest on this show, visit www.ndtvnetwork.com. Follow us on Instagram at NDTV Networks and Facebook at NDTV Network. Outpouring, empowerment, success stories, supernatural encounters, intercessions, revival, prophecies, interviews on Minister's Diary with Sam Hunsu on this network. Minister's Diary, impactful, informative, spirit-filled. For past episodes on how to be a guest on this show, visit www.revival, prophecies, interviews on Minister's Diary with Sam Hunsu on this network. Minister's Diary, impactful, informative, spirit-filled. For past episodes on how to be a guest on this show, visit www.ndtvnetwork.com. Follow us on Instagram at NDTV Networks and Facebook at NDTV Network. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at NDTV Network. God bless you. Oh Lord, you're the greatest. Interviews on Minister's Diary with Sam Hunsu on this network. Minister's Diary, impactful, informative, spirit-filled. For past episodes on how to be a guest on this show, visit www.ndtinterviews on Minister's Diary with Sam Hunsu on this network. Minister's Diary, impactful, informative, spirit-filled. For past episodes on how to be a guest on this show, visit www.ndtvnetwork.com. Follow us on Instagram at Minister's Diary with Sam Hunsu on this network. Minister's Diary, impactful, informative, spirit-filled. For past episodes on how to be a guest on this show, visit www.ndtvnetwork.com. Follow us on Instagram at NDTV Networks and Facebook at NDTV Network. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at NDTV Network. God bless you. Prophecies, interviews on Minister's Diary with Sam Hunsu on this network. Minister's Diary, impactful, informative, spirit-filled. For past episodes on how to be a guest on this show, visit www.ndtvnetwork.com. Follow us on Instagram at NDTV Networks and Facebook at NDTV Network. Subscribe. Revival, prophecies, interviews on Minister's Diary with Sam Hunsu on this network. Minister's Diary, impactful, informative, spirit-filled. For past episodes on how to be a guest on this show, visit www.ndtvnetwork.com. Follow us on Instagram at NDTV Networks and Facebook at NDTV Network. Subscribe. Interviews on Minister's Diary with Sam Hunsu on this network. Minister's Diary, impactful, informative, spirit-filled. For past episodes on how to be a guest on this show, visit www.ndtvnetwork.com. NDTVNetwork.com. Follow us on Instagram at NDTV Networks and Facebook at NDTV Network. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at NDTV Network. God bless. Diary. Impactful, informative, spirit-filled. For past episodes on how to be a guest on this show, visit www.ndtvnetwork.com. Follow us on Instagram at NDTV Network with Sam Hunsu. On this network, Minister's Diary. Impactful, informative, spirit-filled. For past episodes on how to be a guest on this show, visit www.ndtvnetwork.com. Follow us on Instagram at NDTV Networks and Facebook at NDTV Network. Subscribe to our YouTube channel with Sam Hunsu. On this network, Minister's Diary. Impactful, informative, spirit-filled. For past episodes on how to be a guest on this show, visit www.ndtvnetwork.com. Follow us on Instagram at NDTV Networks and Facebook at NDTV Network. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Interviews on Minister's Diary with Sam Hunsu. On this network, Minister's Diary. Impactful, informative, spirit-filled. For past episodes on how to be a guest on this show, visit www.ndtvnetwork.com. Follow us on Instagram at NDTV Networks and Facebook at NDTV Network. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at NDTV. On this network, Minister's Diary. Impactful, informative, spirit-filled. For past episodes on how to be a guest on this show, visit www.ndtvnetwork.com. Follow us on Instagram at NDTV Networks and Facebook at NDTV Network. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at NDTV Network. God bless you. Oh Lord, you're the great and mighty God.
Thank you so much, viewers, once again for being part of this show, The Minister's Diary, on your favorite network, NDTV Network. I'm still your host, Sam Hunsu. I'm glad I'm able to see you. I'm able to talk to you today. I'm able to reach out to you all over the world, wherever you're watching us from. I believe today's show will also be a blessing to you. As usual, we've been receiving so many testimonies of what God is doing to this platform, to the network, how lives have been transformed, motivation, encouragement, empowerment, and revival and renewal. So today also, I believe God has a word for you. Anytime I come online, I always tell my viewers, it's always for somebody. And I believe this show is for you. So don't go anywhere. Stay tuned because there's a word for you. My guest today, God will use her to be a blessing to you. She's someone who has been experienced, who is knowledgeable in what she's doing, and who have testimony to show for where God has taken her from and for where she is today. I'll be right back in a few. Don't go anywhere.
Supernatural encounters, intercessions, revival, prophecies, interviews on Minister's Diary with Sam Hunsu. On this network, Minister's Diary. Impactful, informative, spirit-filled. For past episodes on how to be a guest on this show, visit www.ndtvnetwork.com. Follow us on Instagram at NDTV Networks and Facebook at NDTV Network. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at NDTV Network. God bless you. Oh Lord, you're the great and mighty God.
Thank you once again for calling. Thank you for staying tuned, and I'm right back here. And I know I said before going to break, I said today's show will surely be such a blessing to you. There's always a word for you. And in this series that we are talking about, Reset 2020, what can you and I do to get better in the coming year? No matter how 2019 has been, I believe God so strong that 2020 will going to be a better year, one of your best years ever before. But there's a role we can play. That's the purpose of this series, by bringing different men of God, many various fields, finances, career, ministry, to talk to us. What can we do to get better? And even our health. How can we do to get better? And today I have with me wonderful, gorgeous looking guest, woman of God, anointed, for a purpose like this. She's a minister, and she pastor with the husband, and she's no one else than Minister Joyce Kinuthia. Well, I find it difficult to pronounce that name. Sorry, but thank you for helping me out. Thank you so much for coming on this show.
Thank you so much for having me.
You've been a blessing to the body of Christ.
Thank you so much, sir.
And I've been following you, I've been watching you, and I want to say you are doing a great job.
Thank you.
I've been your fan for so long, even though you didn't see me. There's some secret fans you have that are watching you underground, and you don't know. So I'm one of your secret fans. And I believe, God, you have been doing so much and so much more. But I believe there's always much more to be done.
Amen. So
quickly tell our viewers, who is Minister Joyce?
So I am a pastor's wife. My husband and I do have a church in Katy, Texas, and it's called Faith City Church. And we've pastored there for 9 years. It's going to be 10 years in 2020.
Oh, wow.
And then I'm also a mother of 2 children, 2 beautiful children.
Yeah, okay.
And then I'm also...
You don't look like it, though.
Yes, I'm a mother of 2 beautiful children. And then I'm also... I also have a business, BL Consulting.
Yeah.
I do consulting where we help startup businesses. So if you have a startup business and you need help in taking the steps from the beginning to end, we also help with that. And then I also have a wellness business where I help people be able to meet their wellness goals, depending on what their goals are, whether it's in trying to lose weight or trying to be healthy or just to have a healthy lifestyle, and also if they need like healthcare coverage, because a lot of people sometimes struggle in getting even healthcare coverage. So I help with all that, and so it's all covered under my wellness business.
All right. Today we shall be focused so much more on the wellness, because health is what they say, and this is 2019 almost going now, and we are clocking to 2020. And so let's come back to I mean, before I go to that, I want to look at it from the perspective. How do you do all this together? Consulting, wellness, ministry. How do you do it? And a mother and a wife. So how do you do it together? Before I go to that, into the other area.
So I, like everybody else, we struggle with trying to balance things out. So it's just a matter of trying to prioritize to know what is important. And I do know that my family is important, my children are important. So anything I do, everything else I do around them, around their schedule and all that, so I can be available to all of them. So it's just a matter of prioritizing and also being able to stay up or waking up very super early in order to be able to accomplish some of the goals that I have.
That's a price.
Yeah, so I normally wake up like between 4:30 and 5 in the morning.
Every day?
Yeah, almost every day. So
almost
I can be able
every
to,
day.
yeah.
Wow. That's I mean, that's a price to pay. Sometimes nothing good ever comes easy.
Correct.
Always take a price to get to where we want to go in life. So that's one of the price to pay. And I've only realized that people that wake up early, they get much done.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Most of the time, if you have a plan. Yeah.
Well, that's true anyway.
Yeah,
and we don't have nothing to do. We won't be able to wake up early. But it's always good to wake up early because there's always much to be done. But every visionary I've ever seen, they are always early risers. So does that also add to the area of fitness as well?
Correct. So with the health and wellness and fitness, I started waking up early because I didn't have any other time to be able to like go and exercise or to be able to just have a moment to meditate, and because life is so fast paced, and so just to be able to have time to just have some time by myself where I can just recharge. So I discovered in the morning was the only time that was possible to do that, because in the evening with the kids and everything else, it was just too busy. So,
wow. Well, now let me start from this. This is one of the things I really want to talk about today. I know you want to laugh. Your journey to health fitness. What prompts that determination?
So, it's truly been a journey, because I never thought in my life that I could be talking about wellness, health and wellness. Of all the things, I went to school, I did I have a master's in organizational development. Everything is about business, and I worked in human resources. So I never thought I'd be in health and wellness, but my life, my own personal journey forced me to start becoming an advocate for my own wellness.
Oh, wow. Yeah. I'm going to break now. Go tell me your story.
Yeah, I'll definitely.
Yeah, so I know that's where I want to talk about today. Mm-hmm. We shall come back now. Viewers, shall come back now. She has a story to tell that we encourage you to, in order to do us, to also work on your health and fitness. We shall be right back.
This story, supernatural encounters, intercessions, revival, prophecies, interviews on Minister's Diary with Sam Hunsu. On this network, Minister's Diary, impactful, informative, spirit-filled. For past episodes on how to be a guest on this show, visit www.ndtvnetwork.com. Follow us on Instagram at NDTV Networks and Facebook at NDTV Network. Subscribe to supernatural encounters, intercessions, revival, prophecies, interviews on Minister's Diary with Sam Hunsu. On this network, Minister's Diary, impactful, informative, spirit-filled. For past episodes on how to be a guest on this show, visit www.ndtvnetwork.com. Follow us on Instagram at NDTV Networks and Facebook at NDTV Network. Subscribe to with Sam Hunsu. On this network, Minister's Diary, impactful, supernatural encounters, intercessions, supernatural encounters, intercessions, revival, prophecies, interviews on Minister's Diary with Sam Hunsu. On this network, Minister's Diary, impactful, informative, spirit-filled. For past episodes on how to be a guest on this show, visit www.ndtvnetwork.com. Follow us on Instagram at NDTV Networks and Facebook at NDTV Network. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at NDTV. On this network, Minister's Diary, impactful, informative, spirit-filled. For past episodes on how to be a guest on this show, visit www.ndtvnetwork.com. Follow us on Instagram at NDTV Networks and Facebook at NDTV Network. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at NDTV Network. God bless you.
Oh Lord, you're the great and mighty God.
All right, welcome back. So before we went on that break, I said my guest today has a story to tell. Many times we wonder. We see some people, maybe I don't use the word overweight. I mean, but sometimes some people really want to adjust their weight, or maybe whatever reason why one way or the other they get to a level that say, oh no, this is not who I am. This is not my size. This is what I want. I really want to work on myself. But sometimes it's impossible. But my guest today is someone who has actually break that record. Look at this shot here. Let me have the camera zoom on this. This is the shot here. Here today is this was her. It's a bit. Hold on. This was her. Come on here. I need to get that done. To get that. This was your picture in 2019 and 2016. It was a different thing entirely. I don't know how you get here, but to me, you look unbelievable. Can I have it? Can this have a picture on this one? Okay, look at this. It looks. I'm sure it's you or something. Wow, I mean, if not because I met you, I would say it's not possible. Oh no. Yeah. This is you 2016, and this is you looking gorgeous, beautiful, and pretty in 2019.
Yes.
Wow. So So how do you get here? Let's see from there.
Okay. So actually, with that picture, the first picture in 2016, I had gone for that was my first 5K.
Wow.
So I'd gone for my first 5K, and during the first K, I was like almost the last people to finish just the 5K. And I realized I was just I couldn't run, and I could see some people finished so early, and I was just having a hard time trying to run, so I just walked most of the way.
Wow.
And at that time, I just told God, just help me to lose this extra weight, because I know I don't need to have all this weight on me.
Does prayer work in this kind of thing?
The what?
Does prayer work here?
Yes, and that's why I do have some points that I wanted to share. So if someone wants to be able to start their wellness journey, the first thing is to involve God.
Wow.
Because God is concerned about every area of our life.
Every area of our life.
So there's no area you can say that, oh, this is too small, I'll handle this myself. God wants to be involved in everything. Whether it's big, whether it's small, He wants to be involved in everything. And so when it comes to our wellness, the only way we can be able to fulfill the assignment God has for our lives, we have to be well.
Wow.
And I have been in the position where I've not been well, and I know how I struggled doing ministry.
Wow.
And then now I know how I feel being well, being healthy, and I have more energy, I have more tolerance, I have more patience, and I can do more now than I was able to do before.
What really prompts you to pray that prayer and take that decision?
So my mom, I watched my mom go through a series of health conditions, different things. She suffered a heart attack, she had cancer, and she had just a series of different things, and I watched her die slowly.
Wow.
And so when I had my daughter, the first thing when I had my daughter, 5 days after I had my daughter, I had to be hospitalized twice. And so during that time, fear started to grip me, because I felt like I'm not gonna live long enough to see my daughter grow. And so I started to try different things. I tried all kinds of. I tried Weight Watchers. I tried hiring a trainer. I tried going to the gym. I went to the gym for a little bit and I stopped. I tried all those different things that everybody tries.
Wow.
Quick weight loss center, just whatever. I paid money everywhere to try and lose weight, but I started and I stopped. I started and I stopped. And I remember one of my coach, my wellness coach, also, I do have a coach too. So my coach told me the only way you can be able to meet those goals is by changing your mindset.
Changing your mindset.
Yeah, everybody else told me what to do, like eat the right things, exercise, and do everything. And all those things I did, and when something happened, I stopped. But then now I came to this, when she told me about mindset, I started, that's when no one had ever told me that when the only thing you need to change is your mindset, and you'll be able to accomplish everything else. And so I became a student of the mind.
Wow.
Yeah.
How does that work?
So I started with Dr. Caroline Leaf. I'm sure you know. Do you know Dr. Caroline? Yeah. So I started with Dr. Caroline Leaf because she's a brain expert. She's been in that field for over 30 years. So I got most of her books. I started reading about it and everything. Just the power of our mind. We have the mind of Christ, and the Bible says, "As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he." And so we apply this to other things we are trying to accomplish, but this is in everything. Whatever you think about, if you think that I can't do this, I can't run, I can't this, I can't that, then that's exactly what you're going to accomplish.
Wow.
So the first thing I had to start was by changing my mindset. How could I say, changing my mindset? How could I change the story that I tell myself in my head? Because a lot of times we've already told ourselves these stories that this is impossible. Someone like me cannot do this. Someone me cannot accomplish this. And I told myself that for a very long time.
Wow.
And so I got to this place where I had to challenge those thoughts. Because sometimes we are not taught to challenge thoughts. We think that every thought is our thought. But just the way the Bible talks about fiery darts.
Now, but most times this is, I was asking you, since you are into wellness, are you coming to come and do a physical exercise? I do ask you that question.
Yes.
But most time what we are used to is exercise, eat good, eat well, go to gym. How many people pay for gym? They can't go. They can't afford to go because of whatever reason anyway. But this is a different perspective entirely.
Yes.
That work for you. I mean, I'm seeing you today. It worked for you. So tell us more about this.
In my journey with the wellness, like with Dr. Caroline Leaf, and then there's Dr. Joe Dispenza, the different people who study the brain. One of the things they talk about is like it's 80%. It's 80% is your mindset, and then 20% is the food and the exercise and those other things that we do. So a lot of people promote the 20%. But the big percent, which is the 80%, is the mind. So if you don't touch on the mind, you can only affect 20% of what's going on in someone's life, and that's why we don't see a lot of change.
Wow, we shall go to a break right now. We shall be right back. We shall hear more about this, because this is very, very interesting. And for you to have result, then anybody else who is watching us right now, we also have even result, even in that area as well. Which I believe viewers, I know you have been blessed by this. We shall be right back.
Revival, prophecies, interviews on Minister's Diary with Sam Hunsu. On this network, Minister's Diary, impactful, informative, spirit-filled. For past episodes on how to be a guest on this show, visit www.ndtvnetwork.com. Follow us on Instagram at NDTV Networks and Facebook at NDTV Network. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at NDTV Network. God bless you.
Oh Lord, you're the great and mighty God.
All right, welcome back. I'm still here in the studio with Miss Joyce, and your story is such a fantastic one. Your testimony is such a lovely one. You see a different approach to get a better result than what we are used to. Because mostly we see it online, or maybe we see on TV, we see everywhere how to reduce weight, how to weight loss, tactics, and wherever there are many principles out there. But this your own is like it's a unique one, which work for you. So talking about the mind. So go ahead and tell us more. How do you do your own? How it work for you?
So just to let the viewers know, I'm not a doctor. I don't have a degree in medicine or anything like that.
Every opinion is just your own opinion.
This is just my own experience. I'm a mom who wanted to have more time with my kids, and I wanted to be able to play with them without feeling too tired. So I know there are many mothers out there who are always tired and you can't play with your kids and all that. So I just wanted to be healthy enough to do the things I'm supposed to do. And so when it comes to the mind, I found that the stories we tell ourselves in our minds affect the outcome of our
The mindset is so powerful.
Yes.
Because this is everything we do in life starts from the mind.
Yes, everything we do starts from the mind. And then some natural things that I discovered also is the kind of food we eat, because food is fuel. Food is medicine. So the kind of food we eat will determine what kind of nutrients are being sent to our bodies, and also the nutrients being sent.
So apart from the mind, we talk about the food as well. Eating the right food.
Yeah, the food will affect the mind. And I'll give an example, just one example. So, for example, if you're low in, let's say, in vitamin D, you'll find yourself being moody or being depressed. So someone might say you need to go for therapy, or something is wrong with you because you're depressed. But the truth is you're missing some nutrients that maybe you could have. Maybe you're low in vitamin D. So food is important. It's the 20%, but we have to. So we have to also eat the right kind of food. And I always promote eating organic food instead of. I don't tell people what to eat. You can eat whatever you want, but just make sure it's real food. It's not processed food.
Wow.
Because the processed food, it's been genetically modified, so they've put chemicals in it so that it can have a long shelf life. So just to imagine, if you can put beans in a can and they can be on a shelf for 5 years. Do you really think those are beans? Because we do these things that are so normal, to just go to the store and buy beans, and then you see that, these beans will expire in 2023. But we don't ask ourselves, what's causing these beans to last that long? Yeah. We don't question. But when you go and buy some organic foods, you'll notice that they have a short expiration date, and that's because those are real food.
Wow.
So the genetically modified foods have chemicals in them to make them last longer.
And those chemicals has effect on our body.
Those chemicals have it's really, really bad effects on our bodies.
Wow.
And that's why we have an increase on all these different diseases that
Wow.
were not there like 60, 70 years ago.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Viewers, like you said, every opinion on this show is our own opinion.
Mm-hmm.
She's not a doctor. I'm not a doctor. And I'm not thinking of becoming one. So I'm a spiritual doctor anyway.
Yes.
So, every opinion we give is just based on our own testimony,
Yes. Uh-huh.
our own experiences, and her own testimony, what she has gone through,
Mm-hmm.
and where she was and where she is today. So, I believe every word here, we also you are learning something. I believe everybody watching now is learning something from this show, and I believe everything you learn, you can go and practice them if you are led to do that. Why not? But that's the purpose of this show, for us to get better in our health, get better in our awareness in 2020. You take a price, you take a task, and I know you are ready to take that journey as long as you are determined to get results. So let's talk more about that. So for those who are watching us now, who are saying, well, I've been determined to get this done this year, and this year is good, and I couldn't work on my health. My awareness is a concern for me. So what should be step-by-step guide for them to do in 2020 to get a better result?
So the first thing, of course, ask God for help. That's number one.
Number one.
And then number two is write down a plan. And the plan, it doesn't have to be complicated. It's just a matter of saying, okay, there's some things we just have to add into our lives. A little bit of fitness. And it doesn't mean you have to go to the gym or anything. You can just commit to maybe 10 minutes of walking or parking your car somewhere farther than what you normally park, and so that you can be able to walk a little bit. Just adding a little bit of physical fitness or physical exercise into your lifestyle, that can make a big impact in your body. Because the more you exercise, the more it helps even with producing those positive chemicals, even that help even with your brain, and even because when you're producing positive chemicals, it also helps with your mindset. Yeah, so that's one thing. Adding a little bit of the physical fitness, and then the food, just trying to move from regular foods to organic foods, and then also when it comes to the spiritual part, dealing with the Bible tells us to walk in forgiveness and walk in love. We were created for love. God is love, and we're created for love. So even just unforgiveness is one of the things that I found that really holds people back when it comes to their health. And so, like, the Bible tells us to forgive, but the Bible doesn't give us the scientific reason why we should forgive. But when you research on the different doctors, the different brain doctors that I talked about, they mentioned how, like someone like Dr. Joe Dispenza, he talked about how unforgiveness puts your body in like fight or flight mode.
All right. That's a very interesting topic you brought up right now, because I've realized that anytime we don't forgive, we are even doing our heads more harm.
Correct.
Than whosoever we thought we are having something against. So unforgiveness has effect on our heart.
Correct.
Wow.
And it is unforgiveness.
Yeah, because I realize anytime you maybe you have somebody against someone, and anytime you see that your heart cut, something you feel like, there's this kind of feeling that you have that is not good. So tell us more about that, because this is very important. This is we are going to a new year, and our purpose on this show is that any area people need to adjust. Spiritually, physically, financially, ministerial, any area, to get a better result in 2020. That's why we are doing this series, Reset 2020. So tell us more about that, how that works.
So I'll give a very practical example. When you watch like the Animal Channel, where you see the like a deer drinking water, and then suddenly a lion appears. The deer knows that for me to live, I have to run. And so that everything in the deer's body is like it's what they call it, like it just has to fight or flight.
Wow.
So it has to make the decision. I'll either have to fight what's attacking me, or I'll have to fly, to run away.
To run away.
And so when you have unforgiveness in your heart, it does the same thing to your body.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so your body is in the run or flight mode, fight or flight mode, and so your immune system goes down because it has to take care of this thing that has come to attack your system. But so that's why when the doctors tell you need to reduce stress, you need to do this, because they know that your immune system goes down when you have all these different things going on in your emotions, like your unforgiveness and all that. Your immune system goes down, and that causes you to be able to get sick.
Wow.
And when you hold a grudge, let's say you can hold a grudge for like some people hold it 2, 3, 4 years. That means your body has been in this mode for that number of years. Long. So that means your immune system has been down for so long, and so you're susceptible to any kind of sickness can come and attack you because your immune system is down.
Wow, this is very, very important, viewers. I believe this is for someone right now. You are watching us anywhere in the world. You have a lot to lose for not forgiving than what stand to gain.
Correct.
Am I right?
That's
because
correct.
apart from emotional struggles, affect your health as well. So if you are watching us right now, anywhere, like I said, all over the world, you're watching us from, and you have somebody in your life that say, this person, I will not forgive you until Jesus comes. Or some people say, oh, we're going to meet in heaven. I say, well, that's if you make the heaven in the first place. I mean, you're going to make the hellfire anyway, so because you can't have unforgiveness and go to heaven. I don't think it's possible. So if you are watching us right now, it might be like a fun, but this is a great lesson for us to learn. This is the only thing you're able to take from this show today. I think is a good one.
Yeah.
If you have somebody in your mind you refuse to forgive, this is the best time to do that, to forgive and forget and let go, because it's going to affect you more than even if whosoever you thought you won't forgive. I'll be going on the last break right now, and then we shall be right back. We'll talk about other things.
Okay.
Empowerment, success stories, supernatural encounters, intercessions, revival, prophecies, interviews on Minister's Diary with Sam Hunsu on this network. Minister's Diary, impactful, informative, spirit-filled. For past episodes on how to be a guest on this show, visit Revival, prophecies, interviews on Minister's Diary with Sam Hunsu on this network. Minister's Diary, impactful, informative, spirit-filled. For past episodes on how to be a guest on this show, visit www.ndtvnetwork.com. Follow us on Instagram at NDTV Networks and Facebook at NDTV Network. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at NDTV Network. God bless you.
Oh Lord, you're the great and mighty God.
Thank you once again, viewers, for being there and for being part of this show. I believe I've learned a lot, and I believe you are also learning a lot on this program. This is your show, Minister's Diary, on NDTV Network. I still remain your host, Sam Hunsu, and I'm still in the studio today. Gorgeous looking woman of God, Minister Joyce, who has transformed. You really the transformation was so huge from whatever size to your current size. It was alarming, and thank God for your life for that determination to get it done. And we talk about a lot of things about forgiveness, how you need to forgive, how it affects your unforgiveness, affects your health as well. So before we go, woman of God, I want to talk about your ministry and what God been doing, and what's the next target for the next coming year.
Okay, so this coming year, of course, at Faith City, we also have, at Faith City, we do have different things going on, and I'm the director of the women's ministry, so we are planning some great events for women, especially women who are who want to aspire into business. That's my area of gifting, so I do push women to become, if you want to start a business, if you want to become an entrepreneur, this is the year for you to become everything that God intends you to be. So we'll be pushing the women towards that. We'll be bringing guests who are going to empower us when it comes to how to handle money in 2020. We no longer want to be on the sidelines looking, wondering, okay, who's going to help with this? So we want to be part of what God is doing. We want to be able to sow into the kingdom. We want to be able to do great things. And in order to do that, we need to have money, and we are going to be empowering women. So we do have the Faith City Women, and we also have the Houston Queens. I'm the director for the Houston. I'm the chapter leader for Houston Queens. So Houston Queens is in several states in the U.S. And I'm the director for the one here in Houston. And so we're going to be having an awesome event coming up soon, and the dates will also be on my website. All
right. Thank you so much for all you do for the kingdom, all you do for humanity, and I'm blessed by having you on the show today. And I believe this 2020, I know there's more in store.
Yes.
Which I can see it. I can really see it right now. In store for you and for the ministry, and of course what I'm going to do. So I believe God, viewers, that you have really have some good time today on this set. And don't forget to follow us on YouTube, NDTV Network, Instagram, Facebook, NDTV Network. And you can follow me personally on my profile, Sam Hunsu, on Instagram, just for updates and for you to also learn more about what we do, about the vision, about the network, and what God is doing. God has been doing a lot. And don't forget, we have our Christmas live in the studio. Will be coming up on 25th, live in studio, Christmas here in the studio. I have various guests coming in to be a blessing to you. Until I see you again next episode, don't go any, don't forget, and make sure you try to work on your health. They're very important. Health is wealth. Watch what you eat. Be careful the things you do, and so on and so forth. Just do your best to be at your best. And I see you in 2020. Remain forever blessed.
Supernatural encounters, intercessions, revival, prophecies, interviews on Minister's Diary with Sam Hunsu on this network, Minister's Diary.